This stupid thing isn't gonna work. Let me just come off of here in this video and just do it the other. Oh, guess it. We are working again. I'm Stacy. This is Loving My Veteran, and we are walking in my shoes, and hopefully we'll stay on an internet connection. Sorry I'm a little late this morning. Had technological problems, technology problems going on. So I'm gonna give people just a minute. Grab me some coffee. But we're at the lake again, and so the service isn't the best here. Carl and I just had a conversation about how to fix that problem, so I'll have that fixed next time we come visiting. So I want to say good morning, and today we're going to talk. My topics change in my mind every day. Sarah, yes, I do have time for you today too, by the way. So I'll message you a link because I can't. Whatever. We'll talk about that in a minute. The topics change in my mind because I just kind of go where I'm inspired to be. And so today is on We're Not Broken. And it was inspired by a conversation I had with my mom this morning, and something I heard last night. I was watching Celebrity IOU, I think, and it was Leanne Rhymes did the house for, did an improvement to a house with the Property Brothers for a friend of hers who she's known for 20 years, who was an interventionist, and he saved her life. And so he said to her when they were talking that they have huge hearts, and their hearts were bigger than all their broken pieces. And I'm like, wow, that is so profound. That is so profound to me, that your heart is bigger than all your broken pieces. I know that all of us have heard, why do you stay with your veteran? We've heard it all. We've read it. We've heard it. You want to pull your hair out. How do you do it? What are you doing to get through it? Your heart is bigger than all your broken pieces. That was so profound to me. And I didn't know I was broken. Okay, so look, I had no idea I was broken. I'm one of those people who I didn't think my ass looked big in them jeans, and then one day I woke up being 300 plus pounds, and my ass was huge in those jeans and didn't even belong in jeans. But it was hard for me to see that I was broken. And so, Carl came in and loved me in spite of all my brokenness. And I love him in spite of all of his brokenness. And our heart is bigger than all of our little broken pieces. And so I went back and I really thought about what that meant. And there are times I get mad at him. Good morning, Nakia. There are times I get mad at him. Y'all know when I get mad at him because the whole mood changes on walking in my shoes. But we all get mad at him. But I got really angry at his family one day because they have this different relationship, and it's just, I want them to see the man I know. I want them to see the big, kind, loving heart that I know. Amidst all of his brokenness, his heart is way bigger than all those broken pieces. And I had to learn that mine was too. But I didn't know I was broken, so that was a big deal. Good morning, Jen. That was a big deal. It was a big deal for me not to know that, I didn't know I was broken. I sat there, and I remember the first time I realized that I was broken too. And we both came with lots of baggage, and we all have baggage, right? We all have that. And I remember crying, and I was in the bathroom, and my eyes were swollen from crying. And I looked up, I was getting ready to take a shower, and I looked up, and I saw the makeup running down my face. And it wasn't anything that Carl had done. It was where I was emotionally. I was just in this place. And all of a sudden, I realized at that moment naked, getting ready to get in the shower, eyes swollen from crying, makeup running down my face. Whoa, I'm pretty, I'm pretty broken. I'm pretty broken. And I realized that I had to fix me too. You know, we give this list and we hear over and over and over again, well, our veteran needs to do this, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying, but this is what you hear in this world. Our veteran needs to do this, and he needs to do this, and this is wrong with her. And sometimes you have to take a look at yourself and realize that you're broken too. And and then I realized that it's okay to be broken. Because at the end of the day, my heart and my love for him and my love, now it's finally become my love for myself. That's taken a long time, by the way. Um, that's taken a long time for me to say, by the way, that I have learned to love myself, my love for me, and my heart for myself is bigger than all my pieces of brokenness. And I think that that was just something I had to learn, that it's okay. And Nikki's right. She says, other people see more than you realize. They just don't say things. And they do. I can look in someone's eyes a lot of times now. And instead of saying to them, hey, how are you today? I'll just look at them point blank. And I did it with Nikki the other day. I said, Nikki, you look really tired. What's going on? Okay, so I didn't give her an opportunity to say, I'm fine. You learn to just look at people and become more honest and realize that you're not judging people, because we're all broken. We're all broken. Nobody is perfect. We all have baggage. We all have past. We all have stuff. And we're all broken. And when we realize we're broken and then they're broken, it's okay, because our heart is bigger than all of our brokenness. And every night when we go to bed, Carl kisses me and says, good night, beautiful. Every night. And in the morning, he's like, good morning, beautiful. And I'm like, beautiful, look, do you need your eyes like examined? Is that one of the other parts of your body that is failing because your eyeballs is not working? And he says, well, first of all, you are beautiful on the outside to me. But he says your heart and your soul is so much more beautiful on the inside. And I'm like, how can you feel that way? On days that I felt horrible, he would still say that to me. On days that we argued, he would still say that to me. I'm like, how can you even say that when I'm like sitting at the bottom of the barrel feeling like this? How can you say this to me? And he said, because your heart is beautiful. And that's where we have to be. That's where we have to be. I want, not that I really care about the people in his past, I want them to see the man I love. I want them to see the heart and the soul of the person I love, because his heart is bigger than all of his brokenness. And this came from, I saw that last night and I was like, wow, that is so profound. And then this morning I was talking to my mom. And y'all know that my granddaddy lost his leg. He's been my inspiration behind seeing past the disabilities. And I told my mom, I said, it's really weird. I stayed at my Nana's like my whole life, spent the night over there or whatever, stayed for a couple of days, whatever. But, we had a room at Nana's. I didn't realize until after my Nana and Poppy both had died. When my Nana died, we were going through the house. My grandfather's prosthetic leg was in the closet of the room I slept in, by the way. Okay, so it kind of creeped me out when I saw it that day. And I told my mom, I said, I really wish I knew what we did with it, because that is the one thing I'd want to have. Because it reminded me that we don't have to be perfect on the outside. He didn't have to wear the prosthetic to look perfect on the outside. his leg may have been gone, and that may have been part of his brokenness. But the man he was, and the heart and the soul that he carried, was way bigger than the prosthetic leg. And I would love that to be this reminder in my face every day that your brokenness doesn't define you. Your brokenness doesn't change who you are. That was something I needed to hear. I needed to see and to understand that how do you go on? How do you love your veteran? How do you love this person in your life? Why are you staying with them? Why are you doing this? We all hear it. We're not dumb. We all heard it. Everybody in this group has been in another group somewhere. We've all heard it. I can't believe we're staying with them. Why are we still with them? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it? Because we love them. Because at the end of the day, our love and our hearts are bigger than the brokenness, than the broken pieces. And I think that's the other words we really need to utilize. I think that's the other terminology we really need to use, is stop using brokenness, because that describes the whole, and use the words broken pieces. You know, my other grandparents drank coffee all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And you get this coffee cup and you get a little chip in it. And y'all know I drink coffee. I drink tons of coffee. And you get a little chip in it, but it's your favorite cup. So you know what? That cup still holds your coffee even with a broken piece. That cup still holds your coffee even with a broken piece. And you still love your coffee out of your favorite coffee cup with the broken piece, and it's okay. And that's how we get to where we are. We love because our love and hearts are bigger than the broken pieces. That was just awe-inspiring to me. Those words were so profound to me. And I'm like, that's amazing. That is what it's really, really all about. Does Carl drive me crazy? Absolutely. Y'all know he drives me crazy. There are days I want pillows and not for the bed. Well, for the bed, but after I want to put the pillows on the bed after his head is laying on them. You know, and we all say that. We all have our whatever the innuendo is. There's days that we just want to like go, we can't do this. What in the heck? Who, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's the pieces. We love them in spite of the pieces. How many of us have a favorite pair of jeans? Or a favorite shirt? Or a favorite jacket? My daddy's case, it was shorts. They were some ratty looking shorts. They were like holes, ratty looking. They were his favorite shorts. And they were broken, right? They were ratty and they were broken. But they were his favorite shorts. He loved those shorts in spite of the broken pieces. We all have broken pieces in our life, but we love those things in spite of those pieces because our hearts are bigger than that. And that's what you need to think about. You need to think hard about broken pieces. The broken pieces that we can love. That we can love. And you know, Nikki's right, that other people see more than you realize. They just don't say anything. And Sarah Kim said that's the saddest part. It is the saddest part, but people are afraid. And this is where this is going. So it's good that she brought this to this thing. People are afraid to talk about brokenness. People are afraid to talk about issues. So when there's a lot going on in your head, for somebody to say to you, I see it. I know there's something going on, but I'm going to ignore it because I don't want to offend you. You know, God forbid we offend somebody today. Instead of coming forward and saying, hey, what's the matter? And then we're afraid to talk about it because it makes us vulnerable, because now you're talking about broken pieces that make us feel more broken, and then we don't understand why it's just us, it's our veterans, and this whole cycle is spiraling because nobody is honest enough to say it is okay to be broken and have broken pieces. We're not broken, we have broken pieces. They're not broken, they have broken pieces. But it's never okay. It's never okay to say in this society, in this world, whether we've put it in our own head, whether it's something that's been put into our head, whether it's just the way society as a whole is, it is not okay to say, hey, I'm not okay today. I have broken pieces. Because we don't live in that world. We live in a world where we try to be more perfect. We live in the Pinterest world. We live in the magazine world. You know, the number one selling magazines, the number one groups of magazines that sell are like home makeovers and bathroom design and DIY gardens, and everybody wants their garden to be prettier than the next, or their bathroom to be better than the next, or their kitchen to look better than the next person's kitchen. And we have to live in this perfection, and this is where we have to live, and they don't want to see the broken pieces. And people don't want to hear it, or we think people don't want to hear it. See, that's the culture we live in. The culture we live in is that somebody else caused our brokenness, that somebody else caused the broken of this piece, that this is happening to us because of this. You know what? The truth is, crap happens, and we are all broken at some level, and we all have broken pieces, and nobody has to be perfect, and we don't have to live in a Pinterest world, and we don't have to live in a magazine worthy world. We don't have to do that. You know, I used to be so anal about the towels being folded, and I wanted them that way, and I wanted a certain colors together. You know what? I'm excited now if the towels are clean and in the cabinet. You know why? Because there's other things I need to do with my life, and I don't need to get worked up over whether or not the towels match. And that's okay. And if you want to come into my house and you want to look in my linen closet and go, ooh, her towels don't match, have at it. Because if that's the shallowness that you want to live in, knock yourself out. And I used to make that make me feel like a broken piece, and it no longer does that anymore. Because I glue back pieces. I glue back pieces that I need to glue back. I take the pieces back that I need. If this is broken, and I can glue two pieces back together and make it go on, and we still have the crack there, okay, that is perfectly fine. We'll do it. And then I also have the adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You may not like the way I do it, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's working for you, don't change it. You know, we get on, and we all do this, you know, you get on self-help, and you look at better ways to cook, and we give Nakia the hardest time about cooking weenies and taters in a wok. Okay, but you know what? If weenies and taters in a wok work for her, and it's not broken, okay, and it's not broken, why fix it? It works for her. They can't handle it for the most part. That's why so many end up with friends and family this distant. That's true. But you know what? It's not for them to handle. It's for you. It's for you. I had to learn to live my life for me. And I'm going to tell you, you know, I'm back at my mom's, and I love my mom Linda is amazing. I love my mom. But every time I come to my mom's, I feel there's times when I'm here that I feel like I'm like freaking 13 years old. And I've really started to acknowledge that this is what's going on in my head. And I said, you know what? That's on me. That's not on her. That's on me. That's a brokenness that I had. And I don't do that anymore. You know what? I live my life. I'm sorry that you may not like one of the choices I've made, or you may not like the way I do the dishes, or you may not like the way I load your dishwasher, or you may not like the choice that I made, or you may not like my hair color today, or whatever it is. You know what? That's my broken pieces to live with. You don't get to judge what's broken in my life. I do. And I'm telling you, when it is freeing. We have the best relationship. We've had the best time. You know, this week it's been an amazing time. I'm not stressed out like I was, and it is just, hey, you know what? This is me. This is who I am. Broken and all my little shattered pieces. This is who I am. And when you realize that it's okay to be perfectly imperfect, when you realize it's okay that your broken pieces are yours and your veteran's broken pieces are his, but your heart is bigger and you love each other through it and you genuinely care about them. You know, people will say, well, he doesn't tell me what's going on. They don't. They may not tell you the story, but I can look at Carl now and I understand what he said. Do you really pay attention to me? Do you really pay attention to me? I'm like, yeah, I heard what you said yesterday or whatever. And he's, no, do you pay attention to me? And then I realized that I don't. I didn't. It is body changes, body language, body this, body that. I needed to learn to look at those pieces that were broken and not judge him by them, but let my heart be bigger than those pieces and say, it's okay today, I got it. I got it. You. Bagel? Oh, thanks, hon.
Food.
See, we don't even have to judge him. Haley, we'll talk about it, but let me tell you how you start the conversation. This is how you start the conversation. Hi, Mom, I love you. How you start it. I was judged about everything. And when the judgment starts, you just simply say, I gotta go. And you hang up. I didn't know that, y'all. There's a big red button on your cell phone or on your phone that says end. That's the greatest button they ever invented. End. And Haley, we can talk about this if you want to message me later, and we'll really talk about that if you want, because I've had a hard time with this too. I had a hard time with some of these relationships that I thought were broken that weren't really broken. But these are your pieces. This is your life. Your heart is bigger. That's what you do. Why do we get through it? Because, see this, the man brought me breakfast. Because in amongst the broken pieces, his heart is bigger. So, you have to stop using words like, well, he's broken. Nope, he's not broken. There are pieces that are broken. I'm not broken. There are pieces in me that are broken. My relationship with my mom is not broken. There are pieces of it that were broken, and we're working at gluing them back together. My relationship with my brother, there are pieces that are broken, and we're gluing it back together. That's because my heart and my love for them at the end of the day is still bigger than all the brokenness. And that's what's important, y'all. That's what matters. Learning to love despite all the brokenness. And that you don't have to be perfect. You need to love with the imperfections. And love the imperfections. And I go back again to my granddaddy. We found the prosthetic in the closet. And I remember, though, before at his funeral when my uncle said, my dad is whole. He's walking the streets of heaven with both legs. I'm like, oh, nope, nope, stop. Stop. Oh, back up. The only man I ever knew had one leg and this very rhythmic sound of crutches, which were the most soothing sound in the whole world to me. And I'm like, whew, hold on. That rhythmic sound of his crutches when he walked was a soothing sorry y'all, was a soothing sound to me. And I want that sound came as a result of his broken pieces. That sound came as a result of his broken pieces. Sometimes our broken pieces become what others need. Sometimes our broken pieces are why we go on. Sometimes our broken pieces are the things that help us grow stronger. We have to learn to love the broken pieces too. Because at the end of the day, our love and our hearts are bigger than all the broken pieces. So I'm going to get off here for today. We have Let's Talk tonight. I will make sure that link is good. You have to be in the groups to get in there. Let's Talk is tonight. It is created as an event. We will see you at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It has been a great Thursday. Tomorrow is Fabulous Friday. Oh, by the way, I got the truck back with the air conditioner. Hoo-hoo, I'm so excited. I want everybody to have a blessed day. I am Stacy. This is Walking in My Shoes, and we are loving my veteran. Bye.